Have you ever stopped and asked yourself why life always seems to be harder than it needs to be? Why every time you want to move forward, whether in love, career, money, or even just your sense of inner peace, it feels like you're dragging a heavy weight uphill? Let me ask you something even deeper. Could it be that you are addicted, not consciously but vibrationally, to the frequency of struggle itself? I want you to really think about this. Because what if the struggle isn't just circumstance? What if it's a pattern your mind and body are addicted to? You see, we live in a culture that praises hard work, sacrifice, and grit. And don't get me wrong, effort matters. But there's a shadow side to this story. Many of us have been so conditioned to equate worth with hardship that when life finally offers us ease, peace, or abundance, we feel suspicious. We push it away. We sabotage it. Why? Because deep down, we've learned to believe that if it doesn't hurt, it doesn't count. But here's the truth I want to share with you today. That's not reality. That's a belief system that has you in its grip. You don't own that belief. The belief owns you. And until you see it for what it is, you'll keep replaying the same cycle, wanting more, working harder, but always ending up right back in the struggle. So let's dive into this together. Because if you're ready to break the cycle of unnecessary hardship and step into a life where things flow with natural ease, then what I'm about to share might just shift your entire reality. First, understand this. Beliefs are living things. I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean that energetically. Every belief you hold has a vibration, a frequency, a polarity. It exists like an organism on the spiritual plane, and it survives by living through you. Think about that. A belief is not just an idea in your head. It is a force that wants to materialize itself in your life. If it's the belief that life must be hard, then it will seek to prove itself again and again until you accept struggle as your natural environment. And the more you identify with that belief, the more it locks itself into your self-image. That's why people who believe relationships are always toxic keep attracting toxic partners. That's why people who believe money is hard to earn always struggle financially. It's not because they are unlucky. It's because their subconscious is addicted to a certain vibration. And what you are vibrationally aligned with, you cannot help but experience. Life mirrors it back over and over. Now here's the shift. If every belief has a polarity, then struggle does too. On one end you have struggle, the heaviness, the unnecessary hardship, the fight. On the other end you have ease, peace, flow, simplicity. The problem is that when you're stuck in the struggle complex, the polarity of ease gets hidden from you. You don't even see it as an option. Ease feels like fantasy. It feels unreal. You don't even notice when life offers you ease because your subconscious is programmed to reject it. Think about the times you walked away from a simple solution because it seemed too easy. Think about the times you questioned a good relationship because it felt too calm. That's not intuition speaking. That's addiction to struggle. And this addiction runs deep. For many of us, it's tied to self-worth. We grew up hearing, work hard and you'll be worth something. No pain, no gain. If it comes easy, you don't deserve it. These phrases sound noble, but they plant a dangerous seed. They link your worth to how much you suffer. And because the mind does not compartmentalize, this conditioning leaks into everything. It's not just your job, it becomes your relationships, your health, your money, even your spirituality. Without realizing it, you make everything harder because struggle has become the proof of your value. If life feels calm, you feel worthless. If it feels peaceful, you feel bored. Do you see the trap? So what do? How do we step out of the struggle frequency and into the ease complex? The answer is beautifully simple but profoundly challenging. You have to emotionally experience peace until it becomes normal. You have to let your nervous system get comfortable with ease. And that means immersing yourself in what we usually avoid: stillness, calm, even boredom. Yes, boredom. That word sounds uncomfortable because we've been trained to fill every silent moment with stimulation. Music in our ears, screens in our hands, noise in the background. We run from stillness because stillness feels boring. But boredom is not boredom. It is peace wearing a disguise. It is calm. It is spaciousness. And until you can sit in that calm without reaching for chaos, you'll never allow ease to root itself into your subconscious. So here's a practical step. Every day, give yourself 10 minutes of nothing. No phone, no music, no scrolling, no distractions. Just sit. Let yourself feel the discomfort. Let your mind try to fill the silence. And then slowly, watch as that silence transforms into peace. At first, it will feel like boredom, but soon it will feel like home. And when ease becomes familiar, you stop repelling it. You allow it. And once you allow it, life begins to shift. Here, guess what that shift looks like. Suddenly, opportunities that used to feel impossible begin unfolding without force. That job interview flows with natural confidence. That relationship feels steady and good without the constant roller coaster. Money arrives through unexpected doors. Why? Because your vibration is no longer addicted to the struggle frequency. You've tuned into ease and reality mirrors it back. Let me give you a metaphor. Imagine two seeds planted in the soil. One is conditioned to believe the sun is scarce, so it struggles for every drop of light. The other simply trusts the sun will rise each day, so it grows naturally without strain. Both seeds live in the same world, but one suffers while the other thrives. Which one are you? Which one do you want to be? The truth is, life is not asking you to struggle. Life is asking you to trust. Struggle is a decision, even if it doesn't feel like one. Beliefs are decisions. And when you decide that things must be hard, reality agrees. But when you decide that things can be easy, natural, and effortless, the universe has no choice but to mirror that back. Because all truths are half-truths. If hardship is possible, so is ease. If scarcity is real, so is abundance. If struggle exists, so does flow. And whichever you give your energy to is the one you'll live. So here is my invitation to you. Decide today. Decide that ease is your natural state. Decide that you are worthy without proving yourself through suffering. Decide that the love, the success, the wealth, the peace you desire can arrive easily. Because if you can hold that decision, repeat it, and emotionally feel it as truth, you will begin to embody the ease complex. And once you do, life will no longer feel like a battle. It will feel like a dance. And let me ask you one last question. How long are you going to keep playing the underdog in your own story? How long will you keep auditioning for a role where you suffer first before you win? What if the win could happen now? What if the story doesn't need another chapter of hardship? What if this is the moment you choose ease? That's the shift. That's the secret. And once you experience it, you'll never want to go back. Because freedom doesn't come from fighting harder. It comes from realizing you were never meant to fight at all. You were meant to live, to flow, to receive, to trust. Ease is not weakness. Ease is alignment. And when you align with ease, reality aligns with you. So remember this. Struggle is not your destiny. It is just a frequency. And you can change the station anytime you decide. Decide now. Ease is waiting for you.